Okay folks, this will be an interesting one. I don't know how it's going to look. It's probably not going to look that good. We'll soon find out. I do think we're going to keep it there. Okay, let's see what this is. It is Body and Soul. So it's a newspaper lift out. So it's to do with health and all that sort of shit, whatever you can call it, health. Don't know how that's going to look. Yeah, that looks interesting. I do find that part interesting. Maybe we could use it. Maybe we could do a better one, or maybe we'll use this. Got an interesting pose there, so maybe I can enlarge it maybe 400%. Recycle. I don't like all this. I don't read newspapers anyway. I don't read the lift outs, therefore. So I'm just going to take this picture of the model in this frame and try to fit her in. But basically I really hate fashion and beauty and shit. I do. I just don't have any desire for it. I just don't like the way everything's about making money and beauty and so-called beauty and fashion and all that sort of shit. Health and so-called health and beauty. I really have no time or respect for it. And I don't believe in meditating, folks. I'm not a meditating person. So that's often touted as healthy. I do think meditation isn't all it's cracked up to be. Especially when you get, oh, okay, this is a bit too far over. I do think that's too big. But yeah, I just don't like the idea of emptying your mind. I do find that quite creepy, if I must say. My dad is an asshole, and he believes in meditation, stealing the mind, he calls it, or emptying the mind, and he's just a fucking asshole. He believes in that sort of thing, but he doesn't have the ability to show that he's improved. He's a dickhead, and I don't see that meditation has really helped him one bit to make him a better person, to make him, and he also believes in, he goes to a school of philosophy called I think it's the School of Practical Philosophy, or is it Sydney School of Practical Philosophy? I don't know, forgotten. But he hasn't improved. He doesn't show any change. He doesn't show any wisdom. He's still the same fucktard as he's always been. So don't think that meditation is going to make you a better person, folks. Look at my dad. Just look at my father and use him as an example of how it shouldn't be done. I do think maybe here, I'm just wondering if I have to fold the paper because it's too far against there and I want to push it up further. So I'm just going to try and fold this paper so I can fit it in. I really hate the way these dock feeders are always get in the way. They're like a real pain in the ass, to be honest, folks. But basically, my dad just hasn't shown any growth or any wisdom in his pathetic life that he leads. He also sings, and he can't sing. He goes to a singing group called Sing Australia. And somehow they've managed to accept him into the group, even though, again, he tries to practice singing and he can't fucking sing. He sounds like he's talking. It's in his talking voice. He doesn't sound like a singer. And that's come off too. I think we've made that too far across. But basically, he just can't fucking sing for bucks, for muck, for fucks. He doesn't. He can't sing. And yet he thinks he can belong to a choir. He thinks my photocopier art is foolishness. But look at him. What's the pot calling the kettle black? Because my dad is a fool. He's a dickhead. He teases, he bullies, he's a fucking idiot. He kicked me out of his house because he made me angry. And I wouldn't tolerate, he locked me out. So I fucking have a grudge against this bitch. He's got to apologise, or I'm going to hold that fucking grudge until he does. And he's a dick. He's just so dumb. He's just fucking stupid. Sing Australia for those who love to sing. But what about for those who can't sing? He can't sing. I make fun of him because he can't fucking sing. He's a dick. He thinks my fucking stuff is foolish. What about him? As I said, what's the pot calling the kettle black? That old saying. He thinks I'm foolish, but he's foolish as well. It's the old saying, yeah, that's the old saying. He's a fool calling me a fool. Now that looks really quite interesting. I don't like the way that it's horizontal. It's sort of horizontally based. It doesn't look all that good. Wondering if maybe I don't know if I like it. Maybe we could use this as a master copy. But my dad just has no idea, and he thinks he's right. He's Mr. Right. That's another name I have for my dad, Mr. Right. I really have no respect for my father. I never will until he fucking apologises. He's so fucking stupid. He doesn't have any idea how to do anything right, even though he is indeed what I call a Mr. Right, thinking he's right and I'm wrong. He just thinks everything he does, he thinks his shit doesn't stink. He's a fucking idiot. He's a dick. Honestly, folks, I have no time for his kind. And I don't hang out with him anymore. I don't allow myself to be a victim to his bullying. So I'm just going to fucking treat him with the contempt. I don't know how this is going to look. So I treat him with contempt. He's a contemptuous little shit. And I'm going to just treat him like that. until he apologises, because I am an artist. I am a real artist. I'm being myself. What is Dad doing? Dad is not suitable for singing or philosophy. He was good at fixing electronics, folks. He was a telecommunications technician when he was young, and he basically was good at fixing things. So, my dad could just go back to that, to doing what he's good at and what makes him look good, instead of looking like a fucking fool. He's the fool in the end. The joke's on him, folks. The joke's on him. The old saying, the joke's on him. He thinks it's funny. He thinks I'm a fucking fool. Well, what about him and his boring, his stupid inability to sing, and yet he somehow manages to get into Sing Australia, and he ends up singing at the Opera House. I don't understand why Sing Australia accepts my father and his shitty voice. He's probably he was called a croaker by a teacher. That should have been a hint. That should have been a fucking hint not to sing. And somehow he's winsome enough to make friends with this group of people, when really his singing really sucks. You listen to him practicing, you just don't notice any difference in his voice. He's just a fucking idiot. But the thing is, I think most of the people can sing, so they drown him out. So he's just there just for the fun of it. No, he doesn't. I wonder if secretly some of these people at Sing Australia are thinking, what a fucking idiot. What an idiot my dad is. They obviously feel sorry for him, that he wants to join in with something that he's not good at. But basically my dad, he just can't fucking sing. I don't know why Sing Australia have accepted him. Whatever. Anyway, this model's looking quite interesting. Yeah, that looks really quite nice. I think now we can call this demo quits.